Bill Daley, who's the chief of staff for President Obama, is out. Now, this is very good news for progressives and the rest of the country. Bill Daley was a rock-solid part of the establishment. He made over $7 million, at least in 1 year, working for one of the top banks in the country. He thought that President Obama was not friendly enough to the big banks and to corporate interests. That was his main criticism of the president, that he was brought in to basically do the bidding of the business establishment. For him to be chief of staff to President Obama was horrible. Now, he had already basically been demoted a little while back. Pete Rouse was handling the day-to-day affairs of chief of staff, handling the president's schedule, etc., which is, by the way, 90% of the job of a chief of staff. And Bill Daley was just taking some meetings. But now they have made it official. Jacob Lew will come in. He was a former Office of Management and Budget Director. And now Daley will be fully out. It was about a year that he lasted. This is not normal business. He didn't have to go take care of his family. He was removed because, one, a lot of people thought he was ineffective. But I think even more importantly, it's because the Obama administration was headed in the wrong direction under Bill Daley. The idea of me being friendlier to the big banks at this time is a disastrous political idea and also a very bad policy idea. The fact that the Obama administration seems to have realized that to some degree is great news. So now, does that mean that President Obama all of a sudden is going to take on the big banks, be more progressive, et cetera? Not necessarily. Does it mean politically that he will head in that direction and say, what, me? Big banks? I got nothing to do with them. Yes, it does mean that. Even that is a good sign. Of course, I care 10 times more about the policy, a million times more about the policy. But if he heading in the right direction politically, once people start saying things, they forgot that sometimes why they were saying it in the first place, and they start to believe it. This happens to Republicans all the time, where they start to believe their own, nonsense. If President Obama starts saying and then eventually starts believing that continuing to help the big banks, like Bill Daley asked him to do, is a bad idea, well, that would be great for the country. So, Bill Daley out. As my mom would say, thanks God.